Welcome back to Central Valley Talk. We come here every day at this time and talk about important issues, important events, cool things going on in Fresno and the entire valley. And one common theme we've had a little while lately is reusable energy, renewable energy, I think. We asked a guest to come in, Austin Bushree from Shake Energy Collaborative. And you do it different. We have people knocking on our door all the time saying, here, put energy on your roof. But you kind of try to bring a whole community together.
That's right.
Tell us about that.
Well, thanks for the opportunity to tell you a bit more about what Shake Energy Collaborative does. We recognize the challenge where, while the sun shines for everyone and solar is this opportunity that helps people save money, not everyone has access to it. So if you rent or live in an apartment, or your roof isn't suitable, or say it's shaded by a big tree, or say you don't have the big upfront investment like $30,000 that it costs to install solar on your roof, a solution to that to make clean energy more accessible to everyone is to build shared solar farms. So 1 to 5 acre solar gardens that we take an extra fun twist on, and we elevate these solar gardens up to become solar canopies. So it creates this awesome shaded space underneath them, and we design that space with the communities that they're in. And we ask people in a bunch of different community meetings that we have and through a lot of awesome exercises we call co-design, and say, what would you like to see in that space underneath these solar canopies? What would you like to see in your neighborhood? A community park, community garden, dog park. Some folks have come up with awesome ideas like an amphitheater or glow-in-the-dark putt-putt course, all kinds of wild ideas. Yeah. And our goal at these meetings is to get all these creative ideas out so we can realize the space underneath them to be not just a solar canopy, but also a welcoming community space for decades to come.
So some people think they're excluded from having solar because of the construction of their house or the tree or something, but when you start sharing it with neighbors and people around you, there's always going to be a place to put the solar, I'd imagine.
That's right, and we specifically look for neighborhoods that have lots of empty lots or brownfields and places that they'd like to see revamped and revitalized and turned into more of a community space, especially parts of town that maybe don't have as much access to parks within walking distance in their neighborhood.
I'd imagine the tricky part is figuring out the financing, because we're putting them where somebody doesn't even live, and maybe the neighbors don't own that lot, but something can be worked out. That's your expertise, I'd imagine.
That's exactly right, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to explain that. It's a bit complex, but in short, that's all that Shake Energy handles. That's what we're really good at, is figuring out, one, who ought to own the land or lease us the land. We try to facilitate community ownership over this land, so whether that's a local organization or a nonprofit or a community group, if they can own the land and temporarily lease it to us to build these solar canopies on, we handle all the financing and all the building and all the grunt work that goes into building these solar canopies.
So it sounds like if somebody's watching right now and they're thinking, we need that for our community, they should just call you and find out. It's free to talk, right?
They sure should, and I'm very excited to just talk about clean energy, sustainability, community development, increasing access to economic opportunity and intergenerational wealth, all that stuff. This is what gets me fired up. So they're welcome to give me a call at the phone number listed here, 619-791-5454, or they can reach out to us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, any of those platforms as well. And our handle there is shake.energy.collab. And we're happy to engage with the community or anyone who has any thoughts to share, constructive criticism, ideas, creative ideas, just wants to have a conversation. We're all about it.
So if you're watching, there's some houses around you, and there's a little vacant lot, or maybe you have I had a place where I had a whole acre I didn't even use. I thought, I don't know why I had to have a 5-acre place instead of a 2-acre place. You see a lot of that around here, that it's just wasted land.
That's right.
Those would probably be the prime candidates for a project like this.
That's exactly right. And I also want to emphasize that folks don't have to live immediately next to these lots either. We work with the utility company so that people can get credit on their utility bill virtually, so they don't have to be physically connected to the solar garden. It can be located anywhere within 5 miles of their home, and they can still sign up to save money on their utility bill by being a part of the project.
Yeah. going to be a member of a little organization or something.
That's right.
So I would imagine they don't have to put together the organization. They could just call you and say, hey, I think we could do this, but I have all these neighbors that I don't even know. You could come in and maybe pull the whole thing together.
That's exactly right. We'll do everything from running the community meetings and coming up with all the materials that drive creative ideas and discussion at the community meetings. We'll also, as I said, if the community decides they want to move forward, handle all the logistics to get it built and connected to the electrical system. And the most important ask that we have from folks who would reach out is to show up at the community meetings and be a part of the conversation about what we ought to use the space for, because we don't necessarily live in the neighborhood where we're building these solar canopies, and we want to make sure that the people who do live there, they're the ones who come up with the ideas for what we ought to see in their neighborhood.
Well, I like this, that the sun could be very beneficial to our lives. It could also be very harmful to us, and you could build these canopies to provide some shade to protect from the sun. At the same time, you're harvesting the power of the sun.
That's exactly right. And we look at shade as a resource, and a resource that everyone ought to have access to, especially shade with awesome green space or park benches or a good place for people to come with their families or friends underneath it as well. So shade as a resource is definitely a big part of what we do.
Well, this is our first visit. I got a feeling we're going to hear a lot more from Austin. We hope we do. I'm very excited about this. This is my first even concept that this could even happen. And what's the last thing you want our viewers to know?
I would say I really want to drive home the fact that Shake Energy Collaborative's specialty is in clean energy, but your specialty is your knowledge of your community and what you all need and how you all like to gather and discuss and come up with new solutions and creative ideas for your community. We are just a conduit for the awesome ideas that you may already have, and we're very aware of where we come from, and our whole job is just bringing your ideas to life. So if you're open to a conversation and working with us, we are really happy to build a relationship with you, with your community, and we just want to bring sustainability to the world in a much more equitable way to make sure everyone has access to the clean energy that we can all benefit from. And let's build a better future together.
Let's do it. This is a start.
That's right.
Austin Bushree Shake Energy Collaborative.
That's right.
Give us the phone number one more time.
The phone number there is 619-791-5454.
And the Instagram?
The Instagram is the @shake.energy.collab. And if y'all prefer email, you're also welcome to reach out to me at austin@shake-energy.com as well.
Tell you what, we just gave out a lot of information. If you didn't get it down or you're watching this later and you would like more information, call me. I'll put you right in touch with Austin. How's that?
Thank you very much.
We'll be back with more Central Valley Talk right after this.
Thank you.